Keke, do you love me? Ashton, link to the Discord is in the most recent posts. Just click the link in some of the most recent posts inside of the Patreon. The link is at the bottom of the description of the most recent posts. I'll put the link up specifically or separately inside of the Patreon just so you guys don't miss it. Keke, do you love me? Are you riding? Yo, Keke Palmer cannot stay out of the news. Keke Palmer can't stay out of the news. And I can't figure out why. I cannot figure out why Keke Palmer cannot stay out of the news. In this instance in particular, I do not plan to hold Keke Palmer accountable. I held Keke Palmer accountable for a lot of things this year. I'm hoping that 2023 we can completely ignore her. I had made a declaration that I wasn't even going to report on this chick anymore. The last time that she was going, I didn't even address the last news that she had got back with her baby daddy and all of this other type of stuff, right? But Keke is back in the news. So, according to court documents and different publications, shout out to David Williams. I'm definitely going to be reading that super chat shortly. She has filed a restraining order against her baby daddy, and then attached photos in the filing to justify the filing for the restraining order. Now, I will not be showing the photos, even though they've blacked out some of the stuff. I will not be showing the photos on this channel. But what I will be doing is playing her mother. This is her mother speaking on his brother. All right. Speaking on his brother and giving her thoughts about what is going on. Let's hear what she has to say.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest fuckboy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuckboy and you're a part of the problem.
So let's stop here for a second, guys. Let's pause. Let's take a breath. I know that we interneting and the internet like the internet, but let's take a pause and take a breath for 1 second, all right? Let's catch our breath. Let's make sure that we're operating in truth and that we don't want to jump to conclusions because this is a serious matter, right? And I want to give you guys my thoughts, and I want to be authentic about my thoughts. But first, let's just take a pause. Let's take a breath. Everybody is emotional. I know everybody want to jump out the window. Everybody got to take. Let's take our time on this. I want to give you my thoughts. I want to be authentic, and I will not be censored. All right. Number one, I'm an equal accountability smoke giver, meaning that I do not, under any circumstance, advocate for or believe that people need to be putting their hands on other people. Let me say it again and let me be absolutely clear. I don't care if you're a woman, a man, a child, an elderly person, unless you are disciplining your children. And I'm removing those people out of the equation because you know I believe in not sparing the rod, spoil the child. You know what I'm saying? We're going to remove that out of the equation. Under no circumstance. And Linda Duke said in the chat, did you see the still photos of Darius hitting Keke? I did see the still photos, but in a photo, you can't substantiate what is exactly happening. Okay? So I'm gonna speak on that also. But let me just give a blanket statement of where I stand about how people are treating people today. Do not put your hands on somebody else. Men should not put their hands on women. Women should not be putting their hands on men. Men should not be putting their hands on men. And women should not be putting their hands on women. I don't understand why people don't keep your hands to your mother effing self. Why is this such a difficult concept to grasp? Why can you not control yourself? And if you find yourself in a situation to where you believe that you are so angry to where you got to get physical with somebody, I'm not talking about defending yourself. I'm talking about initiating contact. I don't care what's said to you about your mama, about your daddy. I don't care if they called you out of your name, whatever it is. I know it's a lot of people that feel like they need to knuckle up if somebody disrespect them verbally or step on their shoes and all of that. Let me say this again. Stop putting your hands on other people. Why is that such a difficult concept to master? What is wrong with y'all? Keep your hands to yourself. And if you find yourself in a space to where you getting that mad, first of all, you got to go and you got some anger management issues that you need to solve for. That's number one. And number two, you don't need to be around people that's getting you that mad. You need to go ahead and dissolve that. That's not even a thing. If you get to the point to where you feel like you got to get physical with somebody, you need to go ahead and remove yourself completely from the situation. Because under no circumstance, and again, I'm not an advocate for a woman feeling like she can get away with putting her hands on a man. I do not believe in that junk. You better keep your hands to yourself, or that is not cool. Under no circumstances should people, I don't care if y'all think it's cool, hey, let's scrap it out, let's be men. Nah, man. Keep your hands to yourself, bro. Don't touch me. Don't even look like you about to flinch at me. Don't do nothing. Stay away from me. That's number one. Number two about this situation, I would encourage people to not jump to conclusions regardless of what the mama is saying. Because first of all, you cannot teach somebody how to be an abuser. And this is why I take all things with a grain of salt. Now, I understand that she's passionate about what this man is being accused of from her daughter, but she's holding the brother accountable and saying that he's teaching his younger brother to be abusive. We have to be very careful about what we saying about people, because you cannot accuse somebody of something when you don't have any proof of it. We have to be very, very careful about it. When we look at these still photos, they are photos. They are not video evidence. Although I disagree with what it is that I see on those still photos, you cannot be so quick to jump out the window and jump to conclusions, because we don't know the entire story of what was going on. Should people keep their hands to themselves? 100%, absolutely. But I'd encourage people to make an informed decision once the rest of the conversation is had and the rest of the evidence is presented, and then make an informed decision. Do not jump out the window. Do not jump off the bridge, and do not make an assumption about anything. I'm not saying that he's right. I'm not saying that he should do anything or he should even be in that position in the first place. But what I am saying is that I'm not willing to say anything about what it is that he did do until I know for sure that he did do it. A photo is not a video. You cannot use a still photo and then say conclusively that somebody did anything. You cannot do that. It looked egregious. I'm condemning the behavior, but I will not give an opinion on something that I do not know. I just have to give an assumption. It is 100% an assumption. And again, I stand on the fact that you need to keep your hands to yourself. My third thought about this thing. And this is an open-ended question, and you guys will be more than welcome to be able to come up on this platform and hold me accountable towards the end of the show. My third question is this. Are these people transforming themselves into this after they already get with you? Or is this behavior that's already been identified and exhibited when you first get with them or throughout the duration of the relationship? Just a question. 9 times out of 10, it is not the first time that any of this aggression has been shown, whether it be, and I'm not even speaking about them, their situation. They're just a jump off point for a conversation that I believe needs to be had. Here's my question. How do y'all find yourselves in a space to where you're having children with, in a long-term relationship with, and then participating along with them all through this time, and you're not removing yourself from a situation that is toxic in the first place? I'm just curious. How do y'all continue to choose and then continue to be with people that show you who they are, but you choose to have their children and be in a relationship with them in the first place? The mama said, the mother, let me play it for you again.
Anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter.
So you went to him over a year ago. This is what the mother is saying. Listen, if she didn't say it, then somebody tell me I didn't hear what I heard. The mother went to the brother over a year ago and said that your brother is abusive to my daughter, which means that this is behavior that allegedly had been going on for an extended period of time, way before we just now having this conversation today. Let me do a little bit of digging. Give me a second. The child was born, allegedly, according to this. His name is Leotis Jackson, February 25th, 2023. February 25th is the birthday that Essence is giving for the child that was had between Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson on February 25th. And the mother in this video that was just recorded yesterday said that well over a year ago, she had been having conversations with his brother about the alleged abuse that was taking place inside of a relationship between Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. So you chose to have a child with him. You chose to stay in a relationship with him. Everybody knew about it. It's just now start coming to the forefront of the congregation. So my question is this. Why do you guys, whether you are a man or a woman, choose to be in a relationship and have children with somebody who you've previously identified as abusive or not suitable to be in a relationship with? We're not victim blaming. I still stand on the fact that everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. But if we putting together our context clues, how is it possible that you guys choose to have children with and be in a relationship with somebody who you've previously, before even having a child with, getting pregnant from, or jumping into a relationship with, has exhibited the same behavior that has not changed? I'm just curious. If you find yourself in a space where a woman put her hands on you, never go back to her. Cut her off. You shouldn't even be having a conversation about what y'all future is supposed to be like anyway. If you find yourself in a relationship with a man that exhibit this type of behavior, cut him off, ghost him, and never get yourself and have a conversation with with them about having children or continuing to have sex with them. Am I off? Or are we all on the same page here? And again, I'm going to drop the link in the chat towards the end of the show to make sure that we have this conversation in truth. Am I off? Or are we all on the same page here? Alexa says this can't be something that's intellectualized. Anton, people repeat same patterns. What patterns? What patterns? Why are y'all giving... If he's a pookie, because by all means, this is the picture that's being painted of him, then that means that he fits into the same 20% of men that we say are having a majority of the children and are aligning themselves and that women are picking. So if you pick him, if y'all keep picking the men that are the most toxic for you and they exhibit the behavior and it's not a surprise, and then you choose to have a child by them, it does not validate their behavior and they still should not be putting their hands on you. But my question is, can we be proactive and then we make an informed decision to not be with people that are abusive? Mama knew it. Keke apparently knew it. People around him knew it. Brother knew it. And nobody actually made the decision to say, hey, this is not a good situation. You shouldn't be bringing kids into this world until you figure out what your life is like. You shouldn't be talking to that man because obviously you identified him as abusive. Just curious. How do you put yourself into a situation that you know is bad for you, but you choose to embrace it? And I'm just asking why? Because it's something I would never do. Why? I don't even like to be around dudes that like to go out and fight. I'd be like, hey, man, you're going to cause a problem. I don't want to be liable and having to jump into something that you're a part of. I'm not even going out with you. I don't even want to hang with a dude that's looking to fight. I like that. That's why I hang with women. That's why I love being around women. Women, in most instances, follow the direction of whoever it is that's the leader of the group. And if I am going out and I keep a Q, a Rita, and a bunch of other people that's around me, when you see me pull it up to the meetup, you don't see a guy around me. The guys that's there is the guys that I chop it up with. I'm pulling up I like having soft around me. I like beautiful people, great spirits, good energy. I don't even want to be around people that's extra aggressive. We going out to have a good time. I'm not going out to be out here scrapping. So you going up to the club to shoot it up, huh? That's weird. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. It's weird to me. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that with y'all in order to start this conversation because I know it's going to be a wild weekend. And I know that some people probably have some disagreements with me today. So I want to make sure that I get my thoughts off so y'all know exactly where I stand on this issue